She's the most decorated Black athlete in Winter Olympics history. She's the NFL's first African-American female game day assistant coach. She is the Olympian who broke the USA's gold medal drought in speed skating. These three women in sports are making history now. Elana Meyers Taylor is the most decorated Black athlete in Winter Olympic Games history. She's earned 5 Olympic medals, including her historic bronze win at the two-woman bobsled event during the 2022 Beijing Winter Games. To cap her historic 2022 Olympic run, Meyers Taylor was flag bearer for Team USA at the closing ceremony. Now, make no mistake, Meyers Taylor isn't new to setting records. In November 2014, Meyers Taylor made history by becoming the first woman to win a medal in a men's event, part of an international competition. Not only was she one of the first women to compete in a mixed-gendered 4-man race, she did it alongside her husband, coach and bobsledder Nick Taylor. Meyers Taylor is also living proof that women's professional athletic careers don't have to end once they're ready to start a family. Still nursing, the Olympic Federation made an exception, allowing her to bring her son and husband to the Beijing Games. In addition to a long list of competitive wins, Elana is a champion for inclusion. In June 2020, Meyers Taylor called attention to racism she faced during her athletic career. In an article published by Team USA, it resulted in the creation of a task force by the International Bobsled and Skeleton Federation to investigate these incidents. Following her win in Beijing, Elana spoke to CNN about her historic moment and shared her desire to inspire more Black athletes. Elana said, "Hopefully, it just encourages more and more Black athletes to come out to Winter Games. I think the more diversity we have, the stronger our sport can be." A history-making athlete, mother, and champion for diversity in sports, Elana Meyers Taylor is winning. Within the past few years, there's been a strong push for the National Football League to diversify on all levels, from hiring more coaches and owners of color to taking a stand in knee against racial injustice. And although we have a long way to go until representation is fully recognized throughout the league, have you heard of Jennifer King? Jennifer King is the first Black woman to become a full-time coach in the NFL, and she's only 34 years old. Born and raised in North Carolina, King played in the Women's Football Alliance after college, where she was a quarterback and wide receiver for several different teams. But it was in 2018 when she met then Carolina Panthers head coach Ron Rivera and expressed her interest in working in the NFL. She was hired as an intern by the Panthers later that year, where she was assisting and coaching their wide receivers. Fast forward to 2020, King found herself interning as a coach for the Washington football team, working once again under Rivera, who joined Washington that season. And this was the final step in her being promoted to assistant running backs coach the following year, making Jennifer King the first Black woman to become a full-time coach in NFL history and forging a new path for Black women in sports. We salute Coach King for being the representation seriously needed for all to see and realize the difference that's made when we have a seat at the table and position on the field. Erin Jackson made history at the 2022 Winter Olympics when she won gold in the women's speed skating 500 meters. The Team USA star is the first Black woman to earn a medal in speed skating at the Olympics. She is also the first American to win the 500 meters since retired American speed skater Bonnie Blair in 1994. Jackson made her Olympic debut in 2018, where she competed in the 500 meters as well. Proving to be a history maker outside of the Olympic stage, she won her first speed skating World Cup races in the 500 meters with 2 track records, making her the first Black American woman to win in the World Cup. But that's not even the best part. Not only is Jackson extraordinarily gifted in sports, she also has the brains to match it. She's even said her hobby is going to school. She attended the University of Florida and studied material science and engineering and specializes in ceramic materials, where she did her undergraduate research in dental biomaterials. But that's not all. She currently attends Salt Lake Community College, where she's earned an associate degree in computer science, and she's currently working on a second associate degree in kinesiology. She's smart, y'all. And we stand for her talent, intelligence, and history-making wins at this year's Olympics. Elana Meyers Taylor, Jennifer King, and Erin Jackson are breaking boundaries and opening new doors in sports. As we celebrate Women's History Month, there's no way to avoid giving them flowers for all they have accomplished in sports.